Hi there and welcome. Slightly different video this time round. I'm going to be working on my Bonneville. It's time to give that a little bit of TLC. I've just been riding it and enjoying it for a while now. It hasn't had my greasy mitts all over it, so decided to make a few little changes just to try something out. Don't know if it's going to work yet, don't know if I'm going to like it, but we'll see. So what is it? It's basically going to be a different exhaust system. Now, not totally planned, because as you know, I've got it's the standard downpipes that have been wrapped on the bike with the O2 sensors removed, and that just goes into a set of British Customs Black Predator exhausts, which I love, absolutely love the setup. They're great quality, sounds fantastic. Yeah, no real complaints. I like them probably more than the Norman Hyde Togas, which is what I first put on the bike when I first got it. But anyone that knows me knows that I really do like the Zard Crossed Low exhaust system, but I do not like the price tag attached to it. Having said that, the Predator exhausts now are ridiculous prices, really expensive. So I was kind of looking around, and it was more for bits for Jen's bike, because we're doing the service and a few cosmetic changes, and my eye started to wander, and I noticed Tech had just brought out their 2-in-1 stainless steel tracker exhaust, which is kind of the same sort of downpipe flow as the 2-in-1, the Arrow copy kind of job. And I never really liked the silencer and the length of it on the end of that one, but this one's much shorter and stubbier, finishes by the rear passenger foot peg, and I quite like that, and that's for a couple of reasons. Because at the moment it's a pain in the arse. Well, it's not really a pain in the arse, but you've got to take the silencers off if you want to take the back wheel off, or if you want to kind of get in there and do chain adjusting easily. It's just a bit of a faff, a bit annoying really, you know, a little bit more upsweep and have better access and whatnot, and so it's been a tiny gripe, so that, with the fact I've always liked the Zard look, that with the fact with the access, and also I'm looking at doing a side mount now. My mate Stu with the Harley, his side mount number plate vibrated off and disappeared when we were out riding the other day, so he has access to certain facilities, and he does CAD design stuff, and he's mocked up a very nice billet aluminium side mount, which he's going to get made up and powder coated, and to keep the costs, well, there's the initial kind of cost for getting all that, the setup cost for one of those, and then to add an extra one on it isn't really that much more money, so he's kindly getting 2 done, and he's going to give one to me. And that also means, so throwing that in, because I want to kind of try and experiment with this side mount, yeah, I thought, why not? The tech system is £199 I paid for it, which is, you know, pretty cheap for a full exhaust system. I've known about Tech since I got the Bonnie. I've never got any of their bits yet, so I'm quite interested to see, you know, what the quality's like. I like the look of it so far. I like kind of how it sounds. It's going to be interesting. I'll be doing an A/B between the Predators and the tracker system. But yeah, just changing it up. I'll be able to fit a side mount on much more easily on either the bottom shock. I'm not going to have the silencer in the way. I'm going to be able to access the back wheel, and yeah, just have a different look. So yeah, mad moment. I ordered up an exhaust system. Potentially, if it works and I like it, I'll probably sell the Predator exhausts, and probably recoup a little bit of the cash, and possibly, if I'm lucky, even have a little bit extra left over. But we shall see. We'll see how it all goes yet. Right, so I've been waffling about 5 minutes now. Basically, we're going to start off. I'm going to take off the existing exhausts and downpipes. I'm not going to really film that. It's pretty simple. But the bit I am interested in, and you guys might be, is to see what do your downpipes actually look like a couple of years down the line after you've wrapped them. Now, if anyone's ever looked into wrapping exhaust pipes, there's always the 2 camps. There's people who like it cosmetically, people who don't. I don't know the science behind any potential performance increases. I don't think there'll be that many. I mean, obviously it keeps the heat, the exhaust gases in, and possibly lets them expel quicker, but I think it's all negligible really. But the main thing is there's a lot of horror stories about, oh, you know, the water soaks in, you'll rot your downpipes out, you're going to ruin them, blah 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 blah. I wasn't that fussed. I picked up a second set of downpipes off eBay for a tenner. They're the ones that I wrapped. The other ones are inside and pretty much brand new. So we're going to see what it looks like after 2.5 years all season riding with some tatty wraps. I'm going to take it off and see what it looks like underneath. Let's see if we can dispel a few myths while we're at it. So that's going to be the first job. Okay, and so just before we begin, this is the current state of my downpipes with the wrap on. As you can see, sort of the black's faded to a pretty crusty looking whitey, browny, dirty kind of look. In the time I've had this on, I did spray them up with VHT paint about a year ago, I think it was. Left them in situ, just masked everything off, and then just gave them a bit of a touch up. But yeah, they're kind of pretty crusty now. They're not disintegrating, but they're not far off it. They're just looking a bit past it. So yeah, they need to come off. So yeah, I am really interested to see what it's going to look like underneath there. And just for information, this particular wrap is was a black, the cheapest black wrap I could find on the internet. It's not. There's various different ones. You can pay anywhere between sort of £7.99 to 50 quid for a roll of this stuff. I really don't know. It's only kind of fiberglassy, isn't it? But this is the cheapest stuff that money can buy. So there we go. So we'll be whipping that off, and let's take you back to the Predator exhausts. So the British Custom Predators, absolutely fantastic pipes. I really like them. They've got a lovely sound to them. You know, it's kind of a bit of a hard wrench to change them really, because you know I obviously need two Bonnies, one with clip-ons and one set of pipes, maybe one with another. I don't even know if this is going to work yet, if I'm going to like it. It's a bit of a gamble, so we shall see. But anyway, back to these at the moment. As I say, can't fault these at all, apart from the price now. If you're going to buy them, they are a little bit expensive, I think, in my opinion. And this is no reflection on the pipes, but it's just the design of how this bike kind of works out at the back end. You can see where the pipes are. This side's not too bad. It's quite tight to the rear axle, and it's even tighter on this side. See, I can't even get my finger there. So you need to remove them if you need to remove the wheel. You can slacken them off a little bit when you're doing the chain adjust, but it's just a bit of an arse. And if I wanted a side mount on there, you can see this is the bottom shock bolt. It's very close to the pipe, so it just makes life a little bit more difficult trying to work this sort of stuff out. So the well, it'll be this side, but as you'll see when it goes on, the Tech exhaust will have much more of an upsweep and finish about here. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. It's going to leave probably this side, but that open for me to put a side mount or something on. Possibly. This is all a bit of a suck it and see kind of a thing. Right, so the pipes are off, Preds are up there, got the downpipes down here, giving all that a nice clean up, ready for, because obviously this side will now be exposed if the new system goes on. And so that's nice and clean. So let's have a look at the state of the downpipes underneath this. Let's do this live. So I used right. You can see that it's yeah, it's starting to fall apart a bit up here anyway. But I think I used lock wire this end. Look, let's certainly crumbling. The state of the pipes are underneath. Given how brittle this is, actually, it's a miracle that's still stayed on. Right, I'll keep unwrapping all this, and we'll have a look when it's all exposed. Okay, so here we go. Both pipes unwrapped, and this one hasn't had anything done to it apart from the pipe just having the wrap taken off it. Almost looks like a big old snake. But yeah, you can see where the kind of the impression of the wrap is burnt into the pipe. A quick going over with some Autosol will produce, and I mean quick, this is like a minute. So that kind of cleans it up. But you've still got this kind of like the burnt kind of in look there. So I mean, if you wanted to keep going at it, you'd probably be able to bring them up to a decent standard. But yeah, certainly you're not going to be looking at wrapping your pipes, taking it off and having showroom pipes again. But there we go. I hope that might be of some interest to anyone who's thinking about wrapping their pipes and wondering what the outcome will be. So that's the cheapest wrap on eBay for, God, I think it must be about 2.5 years that wrap's been on there, all weathers. So there you go. Right, now on to the next phase. Okay, on to the fun stuff now. The exhaust system has arrived. That came this morning, Monday morning. Very quick delivery from Tech. I think I ordered the exhaust system on Friday night, and it's with me Monday morning. So that's fantastic. So let's have a little look at it, shall we? Alright, and so all the instructions and everything, and here we go. So we've got the two downpipes, the connector pipe, and then here we go, a real nice short little silencer for the end there. And it's got my greasy fingerprints all over it now, but I shall clean that up. Really nice finish actually. I mean, in my head I was thinking possibly not wrapping this time, but maybe going black with the exhaust system. But I've got to say, I have to see when it's all on there, but I'm quite digging the old brushed finish, you know. Maybe all this SR250 stuff has taken me away from the dark side a little bit. But anyway, let's get it all on first. I'm not going to do a sort of how to put this on, because George himself, Tech, do an excellent video for showing you how to put this system on, as does our mate Delboy. His is a very comprehensive video. There is really no need for me to do one. Only things I'm going to just mention is I'm going to blank off the O2 sensors, because even though mine's EFI, I've deleted the O2 sensors from my bike, so they can be blanked off. But otherwise, all pretty much straightforward install, I hope. So I'm going to get rocking. And it's on, and I'm very happy. I haven't even rolled it outside yet to have a look from a distance, so we'll go out and do that together in a minute. But yeah, just a few initial impressions of the Tech exhaust. Probably the easiest, bar the SR250, easiest exhaust system I've ever put on a bike. Absolutely no issues, sweating, swearing, grunting. It just all clicked together seamlessly. Absolutely beautiful. I actually think at the silencer end, where it connects to the rear footrest bracket, I think it's very simple, just a bracket with like a collar on it, but I think that has been engineered better than the Norman Hyde and the Predator exhaust, and actually sits in that footrest hanger as good as stock. I think it's the best way of attaching that one, or the nicest job I've seen done on it. It's not just a hole in a bit of plate, so that's a bonus as well. I love the brushed finish. I mean, you know me, I'm always one for the dark side, but
I've got a feeling, certainly for a while, I ain't going to be doing anything but leaving it in the brush finish, because I think it looks really nice. So, enough of me talking about it, let's go outside and have a look. Ta-da! Oops. Ta-da! There we go. This looks a little bit meaner and beefier, I think. I really like it with a little bit more upswept on that side. But very happy with that. Yeah, and I don't mind at the moment the brushed kind of finish on it. I think it's quite nice. But I love this little dinky end can. So we've got the baffle still in at the moment. Haven't even started it. I'll probably start it in a second. Oh, box of shorts hiding the number plate. So yeah, I haven't got any pants on at the moment. But there we go. I guess we should really start her up, shouldn't we? Okay, so first start with baffle in. So there we go, the first instalment of a few little minor changes to the Bonneville. I'm really happy with it. I think it sounds cool. I like the look of it all. So yeah, looking pretty good. Now I know a few of you will probably be asking about remapping or something like that. My bike's been remapped for 2x2 open silencers with an airbox baffle removed, O2 sensors removed and air injection removed. And talking to George, the 2x2 kind of maps tend to have a bit of a richer mid-range, so I might be quite close to the ballpark with how it is at the moment, but we'll see. I'll probably have a little look into that. I am liking running it without the baffle, obviously. Let it breathe, it just sounds way cooler. It's not obsessively loud, but it's just got a nice deep thud to it. I quite like it. You can cut the baffle down as well and experiment with that. I might do that as well, who knows, but I'm kind of going for that. Also talking to George, excuse me, talking to George, he's developing like an insert ring that goes into the back of the can, like a machined out of aluminium, that kind of changes the tone as well. So they're doing some dyno tests on that at the moment, but I've said definitely keep me informed when that happens, so that'll be interesting. But there we go, thanks very much, hope you've enjoyed it. I will probably put up another video as well, just a very short one, just doing nothing but the AB between the Predators and the exhaust, just for a much shorter comparison video. But take it easy, rock and roll, see you next time.